The Boston Red Sox hit the field looking to get back on top of the American League East. We're breaking down every pitch all season long on Ovi's Backstop Podcast, part of the CMG Sports Podcast Network.
And welcome to Ovi's Backstop Podcast. I'm Ovi Muniz. Subscribe to our channel. That's right. It's Ovi's Backstop Podcast, and you can also follow us on Facebook. And those stations that you see in front of you, you got Apple, Google, Spotify. You could go ahead and subscribe to your favorite podcast platform for however you listen to it on your mobile devices. And oops, we're just way ahead of the game there. That's right. Once again, the Red Sox went ahead and they lost today against the Cleveland Indians, but ended up winning the series as they take 2 out of 3. And as we have spoken earlier, they also took 2 out of 3 versus the Minnesota Twins. We got all that recap going on. But again, today's actions, listen, it is what it is. The Red Sox, man, they're handling their business, but there are still some struggles going on with the bullpen, right? They blew a 4-0 lead, and the Indians came back, especially on the bottom of the 8th. But due to Robles and Davis and Barnes are just not pitching that well. They pitched good in one game, and the next 3 games they just can't even like locate the pitches to strike these batters out. So that's what happened today. And as well as a run interference by Davis and Munoz that allowed runs to score for the Indians in the bottom half of the 8th inning that led to a comeback for the Cleveland Indians. But we'll take it furthermore as we share the standings right now. The Tampa Bay Rays won today, and they extend their lead over the Red Sox by 8 games. The New York Yankees are playing today against the Oakland Athletics. You can catch that game on ESPN. But right now, the Boston Red Sox, 8 games behind. They are getting set for a 3-game series versus the Tampa Bay Rays starting Monday, and then move on to Tuesday and Wednesday. And in American League, wild card, as the Yankees and the Red Sox do own the wild card positions. And depending on the outcome, what happens today, let's see if the Oakland A's can continue to win, as they ended up breaking stopping the 13-game win streak by the New York Yankees. This is the week for the Red Sox. They went ahead and, again, lost to the Indians today. However, they'll set up with the Rays, 4-game series, and then they'll come back at Fenway Park for another 3-game series against the Cleveland Indians. So, what's going on with the Boston Red Sox, right? Everyone has these questions and stuff like that, and it's plain and simple. You saw in the first half of the season that the starting pitching will only lasting at least 5 innings pitched, except for Eovaldi, right? And the fact that now we're into game mode to focus on the playoffs, and the bullpen are just struggling. And really is because they're worn out already. So there are some maneuvers in there, but at the same time, look at the quality of the pitchers that we have in the bullpen. It's not so pretty, especially when you have ERAs above 4.0. That's not good baseball, right? So listen, this is kind of rough, really kind of rough here. But in the positive note, this is what's going on. The bats are kind of swinging. You got to give them credit. You got Kike Hernandez, who hit a 2-run homer Tuesday against the Twins to help the Red Sox elevate for a victory, right? But then you have Robles closing in for Barnes. The Twins and Schwarber went and hit a home run in that game to tie it. But again, the Red Sox came out short. But then against the Twins on Thursdays, you had Devers and Dahlbeck hitting home runs. And they ended up winning 12-2. And thanks to Chris Sale's performance, who struck out 8 and improved his ERA to 2.35. That is actually magnificent. And then moving on to the Indians on Friday, the Bats, only 3 hits. Only 3 hits. Even though we won the game thanks to Arau's 3-run homer, 4-3. Ottavino went and closed the game on that one. So notice that I didn't mention Barnes. And then Saturday, the Boston Red Sox, they ended up winning again, but in a dramatic fashion in the 10th inning. Again, when are the bats are going to swing? They ended up scoring 2 runs in the first and waited all the way to the top of the 10th to score. And that was a 3-run homer by J.D. Martinez. Evaldi ended up pitching that game, improving his ERA to 3.71, but he couldn't get a winning, or actually he couldn't get any decisions. So there's a lot at play here. There's still some positivities going on. But of everything we focused on, now we're knee deep into the bullpen to see which ones are able to succeed moving on down, as we are approaching to the last couple of days of the month of August, and here comes September. So is this a September crash or is this a September smash? That's exactly what's going on here as we get set for the final month of Major League Baseball. So who's going to come on top? The Tampa Bay Rays seem to be owning the AL East and seem to have their way to clinch it. The New York Yankees, they're winning games, but just keep in mind, who are they winning? Who are they beating? And if the Yankees are able to stop the A's today, as there's going on ESPN on Sunday Night Baseball, then we need to worry. Because if the Yankees pull this series off, they might continue to pull on a lot of series, and who knows if they'll be able to climb up and catch up to the Tampa Bay Rays. I hope not. I hope the Red Sox will turn it around, but it's a long shot moving on forward. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the recap of the Boston Red Sox. We're going to have actually highlights the next time we'll put in on the end of the 4-game series with the Rays. But for now, thank you for listening. Let's hope that the Red Sox do take this series, because this is the important series. Until then, let's go, Sox.
Thank you so much for listening to Obi's Backstop Podcast, part of the CMG Sports Podcast Network. For more, visit hhwshow.com.